Hi everybody, my name is Gina. I'm going to be doing my presentation on Amazon for Theory Application TA2. This is for the expansion of Amazon, more specifically in relation to Amazon Prime, and this would be for our class Innovation Project Management. So I'm pretty sure we're all well aware of Amazon now. It has been around for a little over 30 years at this point, and Amazon Prime has also been around for a little while, being around for a little over 20 years now. And when that first got implemented, there were a few bumps and challenges along the way, which I'll be discussing a little bit more later on within the presentation. But we are at a point where it has become pretty successful now. So for our key internal and external stakeholders, we do have many, but I am only going to discuss about the top ones for both internal and external. So for our internal stakeholders, we have our executive leadership team. This includes, of course, our CEO, which is Jeff Bezos. He is the one who started Amazon, and he originally began it as Cadabra, changing into Amazon a few months later, and he has expanded it into what it is now. It also includes our internal analysts, so they're going to be looking into past patterns, seeing how those are going to be affected moving forward, taking care of any calculations to see how everything is going to be changing moving forward as well with the implementation of Amazon Prime. And then we have our inventory and PPC managers. So for our inventory managers, they're going to be taking care of what we have in stock in inventory at the moment, what we need, what's going to be happening moving forward, what's needed at all different locations within the 50 states as well as other outside countries. And the PPC managers are also important in relation to advertising, seeing what is going to be thrown out there for the consumers and the customers to be seen and consuming as a whole, what they're going to be thinking, what's going to be interesting to them, and what's going to be keeping them engaged moving forward. As for our external stakeholders, we have our investors, and though they're very important in relation to partnering with Amazon for any financial aspects that need to be cleared. And we also have, of course, our customers slash consumers, both names interchangeable, of course, but they're the ones who are going to be buying everything on Amazon, shopping through there, just seeing what is available. Outside sellers, so this is our third-party sellers. They're the ones who use Amazon as a platform to put their products out there. So they're going to be affected into how shipping goes, costs for shipping, how the customers are going to see everything moving forward, how they're going to be reacting. And then we also, of course, have our analysts from outside businesses. They want to be seen how much of a threat Amazon is, how much competition, whether that's high or low, and whether they're going to be affected majorly in relation to stock investments and everything for that. And then as for product, service, or process needs, innovation, and what triggered the need for change, we had a few things going on before Amazon Prime, such as longer shipping was expensive, or less deals overall. So for longer shipping, that was usually a few weeks or a few months. This is, of course, is a downside because people just want to get what they buy right away. They're able to do that in person, so they would like to do that online as well. And also, of course, anything being expensive is not great for consumers. They want what's cheaper. They want to buy more of what's cheaper, but also has good quality. So shipping was pretty expensive. And then with Amazon Prime Day got introduced, so there were increased deals, sorry, for consumers. And before that, things were still a little bit more expensive throughout the year. So this caused less frequent shopping overall because people want what's convenient for them. Longer time and more expensive prices is not convenient. So Jeff Bezos, the CEO, introduced Amazon Prime to reverse all of those negative effects moving forward. For some of the major barriers or sources of resistance to the project itself, we had free shipping, which is good for the consumers, but the company, they do have to spend a little bit more out of their pocket. So trying to figure out a way to make up for that was a pretty big challenge moving forward. Coming into the online selling industry was a huge barrier because coming into any industry overall always brings up many challenges from itself because you don't know how consumers are going to react. You don't know how other businesses are going to react or how many there are going to be. You don't know if people are going to be worried about this or will be taking this in and being excited about it moving forward, trying to figure out how to go about all of that, all of those different reactions and emotions from different people and different companies. And then also, of course, struggling with continuing growth from lack of consumer involvement, which kind of piggybacks on what was said before. We had a lack of consumer involvement from the increased expenses and longer shipping times. So, trying to figure out how to go about increasing that involvement from the consumer perspective. For our communication or scope planning strategies that could reduce resistance and keep the project focused, I went from the book directly and kind of turned it a little bit into my own words in relation to Amazon, which is from the communications matrix. So this is really a focus on the who and what and the when, and we are really focusing on the consumers overall. They are the ones that we can learn from. What do we need to learn from for the consumers is all based on them specifically because they are the ones that are going to be buying from Amazon. What should the consumers know? How much should we be honest with them about? Should full transparency be a good thing, or should there be transparency only on certain items? And how would consumers react going about that? Being able to really know how consumers are going to react is very crucial because if they're going to be reacting negatively and we know that, we can then know to change our strategy and be like, okay, let's go on to plan B and then put that out to the consumers, see how they think about that, if they are more keen to it, and then implement that. And then keeping in mind going forward, of course, we are at a point where Amazon has many different aspects. It has Alexa, Prime Video, Prime Day from Amazon Prime specifically, and then just Amazon itself overall. And then we are also now at a point where society is very open to online shopping, and very, that is booming very well for all different businesses that are putting everything out online. So now just being able to go about that, being able to see who is the best. So Amazon has to really, and I'm piggybacking on what I've stated before, listen to its consumers. Not only doing reviews for products, which is amazing because they can put out pictures and videos for other consumers to see if they want to buy those products, but also for the company itself overall being able to listen to what the people are saying because a lot of what the people are saying now is that there's decreased quality for increased expenses on items. So just figuring out how to go about that, making sure we're not focusing as a company for Amazon itself, being cheaper with our products to save money, making sure we are possibly spending a little bit extra money for higher quality items so that we have happier and more loyal consumers going forward. And then these are my citations, one from the book, one from a Harvard article that was mentioned under Blackboard, and then two outside sources. So thank you for following along with my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.